guys, so today I'm going to be talking about the story of my alcoholic dog. It's not even a joke, it's for real. So when I was a child, I had a dog who was legitimately alcoholic. So she was like my childhood dog who happened to be a bit of a chronic. So I'm definitely not advising anybody to like repeat this story in their own life, but I'm just gonna share it with you just to share the joy. So my alcoholic dog, she was a Shih Tzu. She was a tiny, cute, fluffy dog, and she was a pretty smart Shih Tzu dog, and she was really loving and cuddly, and she liked to like sit on our laps, but she was very mischievous. She would steal your food. If you left your food out, she would jump up and eat it. Okay, she used to like dig into the garbage can, get the leftovers. One Christmas, she ate my brother's entire chocolate collection that he got for Christmas. She ate like a whole chocolate orange, you know those chocolate oranges, and like all of his little chocolate Santas and stuff, they were all gone. She ate all of it. Like she almost died that Christmas. So she was a pretty mischievous dog with a lot of personality. Okay, so how she became, oh wow, the lighting is like so shitty. I guess this will have to do even though it's day. Okay, my dad was a single dad. He raised my brother and I, and my grandma helped. She lived down the street. But my dad was a very big party animal, and our house is basically like the party house of the neighborhood. Like he would just have random parties on weekdays with people coming over, you know, like on a Tuesday night, just getting turned in the garage. My dad called the garage his clubhouse, and he had like a bar set up there and stuff. So we were just used to like random parties throughout the week, throughout the school week, and people just getting turned all the time, like random people coming in the house at like 3-4 in the morning. Like that's just a normal thing for my brother and I. So of course, because he had all these parties and there's all this alcohol involved, there were beer cans everywhere. Like literally it was a pretty normal occurrence to see beer cans on our lawn and throughout the house and things like that, until my dad, you know, got his shit together and cleaned up. Of course, because there were beer cans lying around, my dog Hilary, she would go and she started to drink what was left over in the beer cans, because he'd drink the beer and there'd be like a little bit of beer left, you know, like how there is in a beer can, and she would start going and just drinking what was left. And then it just became more and more and more frequent until she was like literally addicted to alcohol. Okay, so like as soon as my dad would put a beer down and he was done, she would like grab it off our little coffee table and like literally be like laying down with a beer can in between her paws, like taking the remnants of the beer can. She got pretty sloshed a few times, to the point where she fell down the stairs because she was so drunk, and she would kind of be stumbling around, you know, like drunk would, but only she was a dog. And she lived this way probably for the last 2-3 years of her life. She was a chronic alcoholic, okay? And now this is where the story gets even more fucked up. So by this point, she's old. She's probably like 15 or 16 years old, something like that. Getting up there in dog years. And she got really sick. I don't remember what it was that she was sick with. I just remember that she stopped eating. Like, I remember, really sad to say, that she was just skin and bones. Like, she came and sat on my lap and she felt just like a skeleton with fur. Like, she didn't have any flesh to her, nothing. She was dying. Like, she was slowly dying. She was still drinking alcohol, but she like just stopped eating. And so my dad knew that Hilary was not well and that she was dying, and so we knew that it was time to just put her down. Only my dad, he didn't want to take her to the vet, take her to a new environment, and whenever we did take her, she got really nervous and just like had kind of like a dog panic attack. And he didn't want to bring her there to like go put her down, and so he came up with the brilliant idea to put her down ourselves, okay? My dad takes a lot of drugs. He takes a lot of like prescription drugs because he has all these health issues. So he has some T3 painkillers, and he took like a raw hamburger and like just put a bunch of T3s like in the hamburger, okay? And he's like, here, Hilary, here you go, girl. And she like ate all these T3s, and he tried to kill her that way. Like he tried to like make her OD on drugs to put her down so that we wouldn't have to take her to the vet and she could just like die in peace in our home and be comfortable, okay? So she eats this whole hamburger, and I remember the day that we did this. She ate the whole hamburger and it didn't kill her. It just made her so high. She was so fucked up and high. She was just like laying on the ground like all day. That's all she could do. She was like a vegetable, like completely non-responsive and just high out of her little dog mind, okay? She was just like, fucked. Yeah. And so obviously it didn't work. She's high for I think like a day or two, just fucked. My dad realized that, you know, this little experiment was a failure, so he went and he took her and put her down. And that's the story of my alcoholic dog. I'm not recommending that you do this to your pets. Do not leave beer cans everywhere. Don't leave wine bottles and just drinks, okay? Because yeah, it's possible that your dog could become a chronic alcoholic. I'm telling you from my own personal experience, this can happen. My dad was not a cruel guy. He wasn't like, yeah, I'm so happy that I'm making my dog a chronic, you know? Like, it was just neglect. He was just neglecting to pick up his shit from his party. That was the repercussion and the consequence for it. It was the dog that paid for it. So if you decide to have a pet, be responsible. Having a pet's like having a kid almost, like especially a dog. There's a lot of money, there's a lot of upkeep, there's a lot of maintenance. You can't just leave the dog if you go out of town or something. I'm sure you know if you have a pet, it is a lot of responsibility. So if you're gonna get an animal, be a responsible person. That is the moral of the story. So yeah, I'd love to know what you guys think of my alcoholic dog story. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. All right, bye.